There we go. Hello. See if I can share this on my phone. It's making life all kinds of fun. Back. Yes, we're back. Woohoo! Yay! Live chat. Right. Okay. So hopefully I'll be able to see your chat. God. And you'll be able to see me. Ta-da! Okay. So what I plan to do, because I need a bit of motivation, I'm going to shut the cat out for a start because she's driving me up the wall this morning. She's decided that she doesn't like the fact that Dad's working, so she's making life fun. Hey Ash, how you doing? How you doing? How doing? I can actually read chat. That's pretty clever. That's very cool. So yeah, Tani and I decided to have a roast dinner yesterday. Now he's back at work. We can get back into a routine of eating properly. Well, the plan is to try and get him to eat properly. But of course, with every roast dinner, we always cook 3,000 times too much. Which means then that because neither of us want to eat the same thing 2 times in a row because it's boring, just got in with the doggy. Yay. Hello, Bobby. So I then have to find ways to make what's left over into different types of meals that we're only going to eat once. So that's what I'm going to be doing this morning, and hopefully I'll be able to do a quick run around the garden. I don't know. We'll have to see. But first off, I'm going to make a roast dinner pie for Tanny because he actually doesn't mind that and he'll eat it, which means he gets his veg as well, which is, it's good. It's good. So yeah, just give me 2 seconds. I'm just gotta go and grab some bits and pieces and then I shall return. Okay. See the bench? I think you can see the bench. Right. I'm still here, just grabbing bits as I can. That's the wrong flower. Where's the flower? That do. Flower. You know what? Actually, I can use. Okay, so I'm going to use these because it means that Tani won't bitch that it's too much. So I'm going to use those. So we've got individual ones, and then I can use that for something else as well. And yes, I know I could be buying my own I could be making my own pastry, but you know what? This was cheaper right now. It's a little bit easier for me right now as well. So, just going to get this rolled out so I can get the rest of the things done. So, I know, it's a lot of flour. I probably overdid it. Oh well. If the cat comes in, she just looks like Christmas. Okay. I don't even know it's going to work with the lid press. Oh, come here. So what are you up to today, Ashley? Got any plans? It has improved a lot. The thing that I object to though, and I will say this, is that here in this country they sell it in blocks. And you've seen the size space that I have to work with, okay? So for those of us who really want to make something of the space that we've got, it's very difficult to roll it out, you know, and to what it should and could be. Whereas actually in Australia, they sell it in 1 foot blocks, pre-rolled, ready to use, and there's about 16 sheets in a packet for the price of one of these. Okay, and honestly, I've been using that for years and years and years. I used it in my business. I did make my own pastry occasionally when I had special pastries to do, but for the most part, if it was just everyday cooking, I just used the generic brand and used those, because why not? It was cheaper, it was easier, and it was a lot less, it was a lot more cost effective actually in the long run. So I just wish that they picked something up like that here. I mean, I'm very much not for pre-processed foods, you know that. But when it comes down to stuff like this, I'm not. As long as you know how to do it, and you can do it when you want to, when you need to, I don't see the worry in using it on an everyday basis. As long as you know how to do it the other way. Right. Okay. So I'm going to cut this out and give it plenty of room around the outside, because I'm only doing like a pie top, not a pie base. And I'll deal with the rest of that later on. We shall use that later on. We shall. Once I can find somewhere to wrap it up. We will. Okay. Done. Go there now. Okay. Whoops. Right. So we do have quite a lot of bird left. I'm just going to use what's left over from this first off. This one's Tanny's. Because he'll eat so much more meat. In fact, I probably won't have any in mine whatsoever. So, just got to remember that the one with handles is his, otherwise he's gonna go a bit mad. That's what. Right. That bar. Let's get some potatoes. Very few veg that Tanny will actually eat, and it's very difficult to put stuff together for him because you never know from day to day if he's changed his mind. But I know potatoes are a definite, and I know some of the other veg. He'll have some of the greens and he'll have some of the Sweden carrot, and then I'm going to do a layer of stuffing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a little bowl. I'm going to get a bowl, stick all that in there, grab some of the greens because I know he'll actually have a few of those because it's cabbage, it's not spinach. I know, don't ask, it's just bonkers. He'll also have, these are his leftover veg from last night, so what I'm aware is a load of mashed Sweden carrot that he'll happily eat. So I make it just for him because I actually prefer carrots and parsnip. He hates parsnip. Like I said, when it comes down to making Christmas dinner, because we make what everybody likes, so everyone gets something that they like, because it's Christmas, we have rather a lot. So I'm just going to pop some gravy in. Not made with granules, I actually made this. Needs a bit more gravy actually. So one thing I'll say about pies is that you can't have too much gravy. You really need to have more gravy. More gravy. Right, so we're just gonna pop all this in there. Like that. He says it's not enough filling. You guys, get up, pop his clogs. Right, just gonna pop that in there. I'm gonna get a little layer of stuffing to go on the top, because stuffing. And yes, I made the stuffing as well. It's half a cob loaf, 3 onions, and a good handful of dried sage from the garden. So, yeah. There we go. Nice. Let's get his white top on. See, this is why we had to cut it out a bit bigger, because you're always going to get a little bit it needs to come over the side because it's bloody huge. Right, there we go. Okay, we need a little knife. and do some little steam vents. Put one down the middle. So it looks like chicken's feet. Don't have a pop at me over that. He insists on eating chicken so he can have chicken's feet on the top. Right. A little eggy. Doing some egg wash. Where's my brush? Oh, there it is. Found it. Right. Found my brush. I'm not a huge fan of these silicone ones, but the Bristol ones they make now are so poorly made that they're dead in 2 or 3 uses. So I kind of ended up having no choice, having to do this. There we go. Perfect. Get a tray. Oof. Put that on the tray. That's Tammy's one done. Now I've got to do mine. And mine's going to be a little bit different. So I'm not going to have chicken in mine. I'll have everything else and a lot more veg. I ain't having the chicken. Right. Okay. Get a couple of those from there. I don't actually like proper potato either, so I'm just doing sweet potato in mine and the onions. I've got some cauliflower. See, it's where all the veg comes out and you're just like, what? Yeah, Tanny doesn't eat any of this at all. Won't touch it. Not with a 10-foot pole. Right. And some greens. Some of that's got to be all cut up, so that's fine. Right. So I'm going to chop these down to sort of bite-sized pieces, because if you're eating a pie, the last thing you want is to have to cut up the ingredients inside it. I think. I don't know. There seems to be no pumpkin left. Because I cut up the onions to do them like baked flowers, because you know, it makes it nice and pretty. It's quite easy to just do that with them. Ta-da! Yeah. I think. Okie dokie. Okay. That's all done. Simple. Oh no, there's another one hiding. So this is just a vegetarian one. It's not a vegan one. It is vegetarian. So yeah. But you can make it vegan, it's just up to you. I mean, obviously, you know, a lot of this stuff was cooked with chicken. So, you know, I'm just having the veg off it. In a household where you've got mixed diets, you know, the best you can do is pretty much what I'm doing, which is, you know, using what you can for who you can. Yeah, because we can't afford to have 2 separate fridges, 2 separate ovens, 2 separate whatevers to do everything that way. And as much as it might be lovely to do so, it ain't gonna happen. Now, did he hide the rest of the roasties? He did! I still have them. That naughty man. Naughty! Naughty, naughty man. Right, where's my knife? There it is. Okay. So I'm going to stick in some pumpkin. Because I can. Now, he doesn't like roast vegetables very much, except for the potatoes. I'm not even kidding. All of these roasties are pretty much for me. I'm not going to use all of them because there is something else I want to do with them. So yeah, just going to use a few. Hi! Hey Aquarius, how are you? Okay, I'm missing chat by apparently, so I'm sorry. I'll just get this chopped up and I'll wipe my hands so I can have a look what's going on. Okay. Right. Now, this I'm going to add some more gravy to mine as well. Woo! Because I can. Oof. I'll be there in a sec, guys. Sorry. Just need to get this in the pie dish and then I'm going to have chat. Okay. Ooh. Oops. Oops. I'm not sure I've got enough room. Oh my god. Okay. That's as good as it's gonna get. Oh no. Can't leave that out. I love those. Okay. Right. Let's just get the top on before anything else falls out. Yeah. Okay. So this one's a little bit fuller than the other one. Here's what happens when you don't eat your veg. You can't get as full of pie. Right. Okay. That's already got its little steam thingy there. I'll just make that into a little V. And do another one over here. Make use of it. It was meant to be like that, so you know. I'm not going to argue. Right, there we go. And egg wash. If you didn't want to use an egg wash, you could use almond milk or something like that, if that's what you really wanted to do. Works out the same, but I'm not wasting the egg. Okay. Right. Oh, come here. go. There's our 2 pies. Get this on now. There we go. I've got it on gas mark 6, which is about, I don't know, 220. C. It's about, I don't know, what's that? 360, 380 F, I think. I don't know. You'll have to check it. It's not something that I'm that customary in. Okay. Shush that there for a sec. Let's clear this off because ew. Check chat any second now, I promise. I'll be there right now. Okay. Right. I'll have to. Nope. Watch your toes, boys and girls. Hope you got your wellies on. You're sitting in the sink. Right. Okay. Right. That'll do for now. That'll do for a second. Ooh. And what we got? Hey guys! I'm just gonna check the chat. Okay, so how do I actually see the chat after it's run? Oh, that's how you do it. Aww. Oh, you guys, there's loads of you. Hang on. Pre-sliced ham is my enemy. It's so thin, it's transparent. Yeah, I've actually got a meat slicer, so I can actually do that as well. Oh, hi Food Forest. Good morning. How are you doing? If you were here now, you'd rip off the chicken leg and run off with it. Crack on. Me dates. Hey Aquarius, it's so good to see you, darling. Thanks, Ash. Really appreciate it, darling. Aw, thank you. I hope you have really good sleep too, sweetheart. I'm rather just a case of big eye. Go through last minute stuff for Shed Wars. Ooh. Yeah, it definitely needs some shut eye. Need your final total. Yeah, you do. You need his total. Ash, send his total. Oh, okay. So with this, no worries. Just put in the oven. It looks like it will be good. What I'm doing. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to poke you in the eye. I've just got to run it, like, you know, off my phone. I'm running off my phone. Okay, so basically what I'm doing is that we did a roast dinner. Got to put an umbrella up if she turns water on again. Yeah, good idea. Okay, so basically, I'm mostly vegetarian. My partner is a carnivore, and I mean carnivore, like he very rarely eats anything other than meat. He'll have pastry, he'll have potatoes, he'll occasionally have beans, and yeah, that's pretty much it. He'll have cabbage, and he likes leeks, and he'll eat spag bol, which is cool. But it does mean that we have to find meals where we can both eat and without blowing the budget. So what we do is on a Sunday, we make up a huge roast dinner. So I do a shed ton of veg. I do some meat for him. He gets the meat and veg that he likes. I get all the veg that I need and want. And then for the rest of the week, I make meals out of what's left. So I've just made a chicken and roast veg pie for him. and a roast veg pie for me, and they're for our dinner tonight. I'm going to be making a soup, and I'm going to be making some chicken and stuffing pasty type things for Tanny for work, so that he's got something good for him for when he's out that he can just grab on the go, because he doesn't get a proper break. Like, he's supposed to have a 45-minute break, but because he's a delivery person, they tend to not get their break, so he has to eat on the run, so he needs food that is grabbable. So yeah, I'm going to do some chicken stuffing hand pie kind of things for him, and I'll do a roast veg soup as well, and possibly, if he'd eat it, I wouldn't mind doing it. I don't think he'd eat it. Bugger. I was thinking of doing like a chicken and pumpkin pasta sauce kind of thing, but he won't eat it, and that's an issue. So, because it's pumpkin, he won't touch anything that's orange. He'll eat carrots as long as they're boiled, but he won't eat them if they're roasted. So yeah, life is fun. You just gotta work around things, I guess. But what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do next? I think I'll have to do his hand pies next, because the oven's on. I think if I do his hand pies next, that'll get that done, and then I can get the food processor out and I'll make the soup. Those are too big to be grabbable. Those are forkable. Yes, these ones are forkable. Those ones are for our dinner. They're for our dinner tonight. I love leeks, but not the one you get under the kitchen sink. No, I don't like those types of leeks either. So yeah, but I will make him some like hand pies that I can put in the fridge for him. I made him a quiche on Friday, so he's having that for the next couple of days. But if I make these as well, then he can have a choice of whether he wants a piece of quiche, because I cut it into slices, or if he wants to take one of these. So he'd just have to pull it out the freezer the night before or the day before and make, or even in the morning, and go from there. So yeah, I think if I make these little hand pies, that'd be the next thing, because the oven's on, right? And nothing else that I need to make apart from those has to go in the oven. So I figure if I do those first, that works. Yeah. Okay. Oof. I need my brew. Where's my brew? I got my brew. Yeah. And everything I'm doing, I have this tiny little 1.5 foot, it's not even 1.5 foot, it's just over 1 foot square to work in. So I'm doing my best. I'm doing my bestest. Okay, so if I don't get your chat straight away, I apologise, because you're bent. You're bent, lads. Right. So yeah. Because I know when he gets home about 4:30 this afternoon, he's going to be tamping for something to eat. So if those pies are done in the oven now, I won't have to worry about it, and I'll go, dinner's in the oven, dear. You know, like a good wifey. Woo, shivers. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry. You okay? Did I rattle you? I'm really sorry. Are you okay? Everyone give us a wave. Make sure that you're not stuck under rubble or something. Oh dear. I'm going to actually fold this and do it, It's kind of like a very cheaty way of doing like a very basic stuffed crust. Ouch again, my head. Oh, I'm so sorry, darling. I am so sorry. Oh. Oh. I mean, I know this is a short crust, but you'll get a little bit of a flake to it if you do this. A little bit, not a huge one, just a bit. Alright. And then once these are in the oven, we might go for a little walk around the polytunnel. And I'll show you what I've been doing out in the garden. If I've got enough battery on my phone. It's plugged in at the minute, so it should be alright. Okay. Alright. We'll get 2 or 3 out of this, which will be fine. I'll be happy with that. Do this very basically. I'm going to have 1, 2, and possibly not 3, maybe just 2. But we'll give him something, you know. What was that? Notice how Boss mug is in frame. You can't miss it. It's a pint mug. Right. Okay, so I get the breast off the chicken and we break it up a bit. I don't want to chop it up into lots of little bits because it's not nice having no texture in it. Well, that's what I reckon. So, you know, anywho. And a spoon. I'm not going to put loads of gravy in this because I need him to have, we want to have some moistness in there, but without it squirting all over his clothing. Because, you know, that would be a bad thing. Don't think you'd be very pleased with me if I did that. You know. Just get off and get over here, yeah? Behave yourself. Okay. Oops. Sorry. Give me a second, guys. There we go. That's better. Right. The USB light had come off. Hey, Rhonda, how you doing, darling? How are you? Over there. This over there. This over there. I'm just gonna. I'm not very good at this. I don't make it look very fancy. It's never been a really good thing of mine. But just holds it all together. Aww. Thanks, Ash. Okay. Whew. Let's get that one on the tray. I mean, I could just get the fork around it and just squish it that way, but, you know, I don't pretend like I actually put some effort into these. I did really put some effort into them. You were here, you saw me. Right. Let's go. So these are just for Tanny for his lunches. So he's got a couple of pies. Oof. There we go. And where's the thingy gone? Oh. Found it. You guys were sitting on it, that's what it was. You were sitting on it. He's also asked me to make him some sausage rolls, but he actually forgot to pick up the sausage meat, so I can't do that today. Daft bugger. Anywho, he's got these. Right, so they can go in the oven as well. Oof. I can have 5 minutes for you guys. Yeah? Rid of that one. It's not gonna, we're not gonna be able to use it really. Not enough of it. Right, there he is. Okay, let's get back up here so we can see his again. Let's see if I can. Anything put into a pastry pocket's got to be good. Yeah. Aww. I look fabulous, thanks, hon. Yeah, I don't do fancy. As much as I was a chef for 26 years, and I was, and I did work in some really fancy places, I don't do that at home. And a lot of the fancy stuff isn't really like pastry fancy. It's done by a pastry chef. I was never a pastry chef, so so I didn't get to learn all the fancy stuff. I mean, like, I can sit there for hours and cut out bits of pastry so it all looks fantastic, but you know what? I don't do it unless it's a special occasion I feel like it. Alright, darling. Oh, bless ya. Have some sleep, sweetheart. You sleep well. Thank you so much for coming in. I really do appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. Okay, so those are in the oven at the moment. Looks like I know what I'm doing. I'm making you hungry. Yeah, I kind of do. I do know how to do what I'm doing, but it's at home and it's everyday food, and you know, it doesn't have to be Pinterest or Instagram worthy. Do you know what I mean? People who do Pinterest and Instagram, they will sit there and make 5, 6, 7 of the items to get one perfect for the picture for Instagram or Pinterest. Now, if you guys be good, oh my goodness, It's like you just don't know me at all. We'll be good, and if we can't, we'll be good at it. How's that? So yeah, I don't want people to think that just because I was a chef, or that I am a qualified chef, even though I'm not a chef, practicing chef anymore, that everything has to be perfect, because it doesn't. We're doing it in our own homes at the end of the day. We are feeding our families, you know. You know, I don't want people to think that they can't do it because it looks so bloody awesome that, you know, it'll get 1 million likes on Instagram, so therefore it can't taste any good. Do you know what I mean? I'd rather the food taste good and people be happy with it and it look reasonable. I mean, I'm not saying it needs to look like a dog's dinner, but what I'm saying is that you don't have to feel like you're perfect all the time either, you know? And we're just feeding ourselves and our families. So not everything has to look amazing or perfect. And if you're just starting out and learning as well, it's not going to. It's not going to. And unless you're going to sit there for 8 hours and cut out pastry bits and do all that sort of stuff, which, by the way, you will never see me do, because you can fuck off. It's not happening. You know, because I actually have a life, strangely enough. So, yeah. So you'll just see me do basic stuff that everyone can do. Anyway, I think we need to go for a bit of a shufty around the garden. What do you reckon? Should we do that? I'm going to turn the oven down a bit, just in case we lose track of time. Okay, and yeah, we'll go for a little walk around the garden. Hoping I've got plenty of battery. Hoping. Alright, so we're going to go for a walk. Okay, can I turn that? I can turn that round. Oh, there we go. Right, going out the back door. Okay, spring and summer. We couldn't grow them in a nasturtium if we needed to save ourselves, but that one grew up voluntarily just at the beginning of autumn. Yeah, because nature, gotta love nature. And I've got the garlic in, as you can see, and it's popping up great. I just got shop bought garlic, like Aldi garlic, and just chucked that in. It's 45p for 4 cloves of garlic, or 4 bulbs of garlic, so, you know, I'm all good with that. There's some of our little beetroot. We've still got beetroot in. We've got mystery potatoes that have come in the middle of the beetroot. And these are all the strawberry runners. I did these the other week. I actually did a film on this, I did a video on this, but I couldn't show you guys because Bertha is dead. And, okay, this one's going to have to come in the polytunnel, I think, because it keeps falling over in the wind. Oh, bugger. Right, come on you, no, maybe if I put you around this side. So oh my god. We'll get you in the polytunnel later, okay? Right. So that's the strawberry bed, and as you can see, there are still runners that I haven't dealt with yet. Over there, there's like 42. What I like about homemade pies, crumbles, etc. is they don't look perfect. Exactly. The mint bed is all harvested. And we're going to go out here. Ooh, nipply noodles. Okay. Now all year the goji berry didn't have any leaves on it, and then all of a sudden in September decided it wanted some. So I'm going to have a look at that, because I don't know what's going on. What is that? Is that? Wait a minute. Oh, guys! Can you see it? Can you see it? I've got a goji berry. Oh my god. I've actually got a goji berry. I'm going to have to leave that on there until later because I want to get a picture of that. That's my very first goji berry. That is brilliant. That is so cool. Yep. That's awesome. Right. Into the polytunnel. Oh god. It is very cool. Right, here we go. So, as you probably noticed, if anyone knows the layout of the polytunnel, it's changed a bit. We put all the shelves over this side so that, because having anything leaning on that side, because there's a little bit of a dip like that way, has been pushing on the plastic and it will make the whole thing tip over. So we put the shelves over here for now. I've brought the black currant in because it's only a year's worth of growth, and to be honest, we thought it was dead last year because it didn't want to come back. There'd been a grub that had eaten at its taproot, but we left it there, and a couple of weeks later it had some leaves on it, so we've left it. But because it's only a year's worth of growth, I don't want to upset it, so it's there. Now this is our pistachio trees. We have 3. As it turns out, we have a male and 2 females. And they don't look very happy because they're deciduous and they're about to drop their leaves. And what I'm hoping is that they will survive the winter. I might if they survive the winter, they'll be good, right? But pistachio trees are one of those amazing plants that needs a male and a female. But for every male plant, you can have up to 7 females. So we've got 2 and 1, and that'll do for us. But they do grow up to like 40-50 feet. So I really kind of need to get a block of land somewhere so we can have all these trees, man. Okay, here's our lemongrass. It's still okay, but it's not big enough to really use. I mean, we can use it, I just don't want to use it yet. I'd rather it get a bit bigger, a bit stronger, that kind of thing. We've got the winter savoury, the sage and the lemon balm. This is what's left of the chickpea plants. Now, we actually got chickpeas off these, but you guys didn't get to see them. There were a couple of flowers and stuff on them, so we know that the experiment worked in as far as we know that we can grow them and get, you know, seeds back from pantry ones. And these were what's left of the little black-eyed beans, I think. These ones. This one's a soybean. So as you can see, we've actually got some. I've aved them. These ones, the black-eyed beans, didn't give us any pods, but that's okay. But it just means that we just know to put them in earlier next year, and it was just an experiment. This is also where we're overwintering our fruit trees, because last year, this poor baby, or earlier this year, this poor baby here got serious leaf curl, and we weren't sure it was going to bounce back, but since we put it in here, it's fine. So we just put all the others in here as well. Because of the wind, they tend to get knocked over quite a lot, and we don't want that. Right, so we think that's it for in here. Let's go down the front. You have to run? I need to eat my breakfast and shower. I have a dermatologist appointment. Hang on. Gosh. Stop. First thing in the morning, 6-month checkup. Okay, darling, you take care, sweetheart. 1 male, 2 females. What am I doing? Nothing, darling. You're not doing anything wrong. Okay. So down the front here is the brassica bed. Now, we've got quite a few Brussels sprouts just quietly. And I'm hoping that these will be big enough for Christmas. There's quite a few. Quite a few. Just quietly. Quite a few stalks of them actually. I didn't realise that there were quite so many. So yeah, I'm not sure what these are. I think they're a cauliflower. Hi. But yeah. I think that one's a cauliflower as well actually. Oh gosh. Is we still there? Okay. Hi. What's that one?
We're just delivering leaflets, the Labour Party candidate for the police and fire commissioner elections on Thursday. But I was admiring your brassicas.
Oh, thank you.
They're so amazing. They're doing so well there, aren't they?
They are. They are.
Are they Brussels? Or?
Those ones on the side, mostly they're Brussels, but I think most of them are cauliflowers as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yep.
I know, I go down to the, there's a great market on the community centre at Town Hall, and there's, they've got me eating all the leaves as well. Not just the,
you do. You eat the leaves as well. There's no good wasting them.
No, that's
no.
Right. Because I used to put them in compost, so I've learned something. Yeah. But they should be ready for Christmas. At least 1, maybe 2 stalks will be. Oh, wow.
So I'm hoping anyway. But the cauliflower won't be ready till next year, probably January, February kind of time.
I've never managed to grow a cauliflower. What's
Really?
the secret of actually getting it to set? You know,
leave it alone.
okay.
Lots of poop and leave it alone.
Okay.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Right.
Yep.
Oh, well. Maybe I should give them a go. I love cauliflower.
So we're not allowed to have compost heap here. So what we do is we use our blender, blitz up the kitchen scraps, and then put it in a bucket to ferment.
Oh, right.
So then it gets all the sort of like bionutrients and stuff like that as well.
Yeah.
So that's what goes on the beds.
Oh, wow.
And ash from the fire pit and stuff. Yeah.
Oh,
so we got loads. I've just been through the polytunnel and everything, but
that's marvellous, isn't it?
So okay.
I spent half the time I couldn't go to York, so I'm all just we need to still get.
I'm actually in that group.
Oh
yeah. I'm just not very good at being a group person. I'm kind of scared of people, so I know that sounds really weird because you're sitting there talking to me, but
No,
we'll
just interact as you can, you know. I mean, that's the thing, isn't it?
I try to.
Yeah.
So I took a load of brassica seedlings round to the food bank earlier in the year, so because we just had no more room to put them in. Because at the time, that side bed there had all our summer squashes in it, like all the patty pan squash and the grisette sort of globe squash and stuff. So okay.
Got an edible York ATM
okay.
On Zoom. So I don't know whether you like Zoom. Is that
I can use Zoom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll
Give it a try.
We are trying to ask a question about how can we increase the demand for locally grown foods.
It's not increasing demand for it, it's making it affordable and making space for people who need green space to actually grow food. I mean, technically we're not supposed to have the polytunnel. because this is a communal garden, we're not allowed them. We're not allowed to have veggie beds. We're not allowed to have anything set. I don't care. So, and we've actually spoken to the estate manager. She said it's not untidy, just leave it there. So, you know, yeah. Which is why we've got everything in pots and everything and containers and things at the back. Yeah, but if you have, it's a flat policy across York Council because there's been so many arguments with people doing things in the garden between neighbours. They don't want to deal with it anymore. So yes and no, but you know what some people are like. So some people want to whinge about something because they've got no other purpose in life but to whinge about something, you know. So yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, and there's two separate pieces out the back. Yeah, so it's not that much of an issue. And a couple of years ago we put together a letter that was written to the estate manager, and she said, I don't care that you all want it, I'm not allowed to give you that permission, so no, you can't. Because we were going to turn the whole thing into raised beds here and out the back. Yeah, because it's massive out the back. But there's nothing you can do, because you've got to look at the places like that are in Clifton that people are, you know, it's difficult.
They had a bit more time to actually, you know, explain things to people.
Well, see, Joseph Roundtrees have part of their tenancy that encourages you to grow your own vegetables.
Really?
Yes, it's part of the tenancy to actually become self-sufficient in something, because it's always been part of that ruling, you know. But the other thing is as well, allotments are so bloody expensive. There's loads of green space that could be used and they're not using it for extra allotments, and the list is like 2.5 years long or something, waiting list.
I don't know if you, I remember able to get to a great school garden along Exeter Road.
Right.
It's free, anyone can go, it's so great. And it's community gardening. And so there's most of this is, you know, this is Bill, this is Steve.
Yeah.
Everyone's just backing in. And there's loads of everything, because there's a very big plot.
Yeah.
It's an old plain school, well, it's 2/3 of an old plain school field.
Yeah.
We got permission to change it.
Right.
School field garden rather than school want to use it.
Well, there's that place up in Acomb that used to be a school that's now just like a dog walking area that's full of sweet chestnut trees. Why can't that be used? You know, it's just flat land. They've torn the school down. It's just flat land. You know, there's places everywhere that can be used, and it's just not being used. Yeah. Okay, guys, I'm going to have to go. Yep, I will be back later. Sorry. Sorry, no, it's fine. I haven't recorded you at all. Yeah.